In the early 16th century, in the remote village of Duntwich, there stood an old stone well at the heart of the village square. This well, known as the Crying Well, was infamous among the villagers for the eerie, mournful sounds that emanated from its depths at night. It was said that anyone who dared to listen closely could hear the whispers of lost souls and the faint, sorrowful cries of a woman. The legend of the Crying Well dated back to the mid-1400s, when a young woman named Eliza lived in Duntwich. Eliza was beautiful and kind, beloved by all who knew her. She fell deeply in love with Thomas, a local farmer. Their love was pure and strong, and they planned to marry. However, their happiness was not to last. One fateful night, Thomas vanished without a trace. Eliza searched desperately for him, her heart breaking more with each passing day. One evening, as she stood by the well, she heard his voice calling to her from the darkness below. Driven by a mix of hope and despair, she leaned over the edge, straining to hear his words. But the well offered no answers, only the chilling echo of her own cries. Distraught and convinced that Thomas had met a terrible fate, Eliza threw herself into the well. The villagers found her body the next morning, her lifeless form crumpled at the bottom. From that day on, the well was cursed. At night, the village was filled with the sound of Eliza's weeping, a haunting reminder of her tragic end. Generations passed, and the tale of Eliza and the Crying Well became part of local folklore. The villagers avoided the well after dark, fearing the curse that lingered. Some claimed to have seen a pale figure wandering the square, her sorrowful eyes searching for her lost love. In the early 1600s, a new family moved to Duntwich. The Montgomerys were outsiders, unfamiliar with the village's dark history. One night, young Abigail Montgomery, curious and skeptical of the local superstitions, decided to visit the well. Armed with a lantern, she approached the ancient stones, determined to uncover the truth. As she neared the well, the air grew cold, and an uneasy silence settled over the village. Peering into the darkness, Abigail heard a faint sobbing. She leaned closer, trying to see the source of the sound. Suddenly, a cold, clammy hand grasped her ankle, and she was pulled into the well with a force that no human could muster. The villagers awoke to Abigail's screams, but by the time they reached the well, it was too late. Her body was never found. The well, however, seemed to echo with an additional voice, another lost soul added to its depths. The Montgomery family, grief-stricken and terrified, left Duntwich, and the village once again avoided the well. The legend of the Crying Well grew, its reputation cemented by the disappearance of Abigail. No one dared to go near it, especially at night, for fear of joining the lost souls trapped within its depths. To this day, the Crying Well remains a place of dread and sorrow. Visitors to the village of Duntwich speak of an unsettling feeling near the well, as if unseen eyes are watching. On quiet nights, the mournful cries of Eliza and Abigail can still be heard, a chilling testament to the enduring power of a tragic love and a village's darkest secret.